Hey, welcome back to the Flannel Phillip channel. I am thrilled today because I was driving by and I got to see a local legend. It's a truck that I have been obsessed with for a long time. It's Jerry's. Around here we call him Old School Jerry. I'm gonna take a walk around on this truck and bring you along. Jerry's eating lunch right now. He's gonna come out and give us a quick interview too, so stick around.
Fancy inside, but it's still manual steering.
That's right.
And two manual transmissions.
Okay.
One's a 5-speed and one's a 4-speed.
5 and a 4.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have for power there, Jerry?
I got a N14.
Okay.
Electronic. I had it turned up to 470.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to go on it.
Yep.
And it does a good job. As long as everything's, you know, I had a sensor go out a while back and it kind of slowed everything down. I had to get it plugged in to find out what the problem was.
Sure.
And Pittsburgh Power just disconnected it in the system.
Oh yeah.
And now it runs good.
Make it work. Yep.
They're the ones that turned it up.
Sure. Sure.
Remote tuning.
Now, how many engines does this truck have in its life?
That's on its 4th engine.
4th engine now.
Yeah.
Wow. And tell me what year the truck is.
It's a 78.
78.
I bought it May 30th of 78.
All right.
I traded my first truck in on it. It was a 72 Kenworth cab over.
Wow.
I only had that a year though. And smoking the Bantam when that come out in 77.
Yeah.
Then I had to have a hood.
That's right. That's right. You gotta be like Jerry Reed.
Well, I went to the movie theater and seen Smokey and the Bandit, me and a buddy of mine, you know.
Yeah, yep.
And then Kenworth of Waterloo, who's been out of business since 82,
Yeah.
built this as a kit.
Okay.
And I watched him build it because I was running that cab over and going in there for parts and stuff.
Right, right.
So,
Wow.
old Roger Delagardelle, the guy that owned Kenworth of Waterloo, I told him, when you're done with that, I'm going to buy it. I kept telling him that. He said, well, we'll wait and see, you know. And I did.
That is cool.
I had other guys that were buying trucks at the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy a truck like that. They wanted to buy new, factory new and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Well, look who's still driving this.
That's right.
A lot of them guys, their trucks are gone. A lot of them are dead too. But
Right, right. Now, and length restrictions were a part of that too back in that era, wasn't it?
It was only 208-inch wheelbase.
Okay.
And in '79, I bought my first trailer. It was a 40-foot Hobbs
Okay.
with a 36-inch pin.
Yep.
And I could shorten that up, and you could look on the tape measure. You'd stick it on the front bumper and go to the back bumper, and it'd come 55 foot right to the line.
Wow.
And the DOT in Minnesota or in Missouri and Iowa that used to really piss them off. Because they'd get back there and they'd be looking 55 foot. But now if I had a heavy load on and I didn't want to get caught with the heavy load, I'd just leave it stretched out and then pull you over. Oh, you're a little long, ain't you? Yeah, you caught me. I'm a little long. $38 overlake ticket. No, I didn't even look at the scale ticket.
Right,
you know?
right. Yep.
Worked for me a couple, 2-3 times.
Oh, wow. That is cool. Man.
But yeah, then when they went to 80,000 and 60 foot, at first 65 foot, I left it like that for a long time. First time I stretched it out was in 85.
Okay. Yeah. And has it been changed even since then? Again?
Well, no, it's the same wheelbase I did in 85.
Same wheelbase from 85. Okay.
In 85, I stretched the sleeper out because I was running West Coast, coast to coast.
Oh, okay. I see. But the cab and the sleeper have been together their whole life.
Yeah. This sleeper in 03, I made it back to a 36 because I was just kind of running Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin and stuff.
Sure.
And I thought I'd make it go back. I repainted it in 04.
Okay.
My first paint job was 85.
Yeah.
I got some pictures of the original truck.
Sure.
It's solid gold.
Wow.
And short wheelbase and single stack, single intake.
Yep.
In 85, I had dual stacks. It had aluminum wheels on it all the way around when it was brand new.
Okay.
Got shit in 78. I used to get shit about being Billy Big Rigger, you know, spit shine and everything. Well, now everybody's got aluminum.
Right,
you know?
right, exactly. But you're different now.
Back then it was, if you had aluminum rims and polished all the way around, man, oh, you was the big rigger. You know?
Ah, yep. Wow. That is cool.
In 04, when I painted it, I put the steel wheels on.
Yeah.
And painted this white, black and gold and white.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow. I love it because it's different, you know?
This is a Freightliner suspension.
Yeah, okay, so this is all
That come off the same truck that I got my N14 out of.
Okay.
A 94 Freightliner FLD 120.
Yeah.
I love that suspension. Shit, that thing is so smooth riding.
Yeah.
And lightweight. And I just stubbed it up.
Yeah.
I stubbed in 96. I stubbed the Peterbilt suspension up. That was my first air ride in 96. I drove from 78 to 96 with spring ride.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But in 85, I bought my first spread axle air ride, so it rode pretty good with a spring ride tractor.
Sure.
And you couldn't find air ride until the mid to late 80s, you know, in junkyards and stuff like that. They weren't as common, you know.
Yep. Wow. Now, is there anything that you would do different? The way that it's set up, you've gone through different iterations of, you know, different part. You know, what would you change if you could still?
I get ideas sometimes, you know, like everybody does after so long.
Yeah.
They want to change stuff. I used to change it about every 7 or 8 years. I'd make some big changes.
Sure.
But after so long, and I've had people tell me I wouldn't change a damn thing on it, you know.
Yeah, yep, that's right. That's how I feel about it.
You know, it kind of fits the era I'm from and everything.
Right.
You know, a lot of guys that been around for a while, they'll see it and they'll think it's a 72, 73, 74, and that's kind of the look it's got, you know, that early 70s.
Right.
That's when I started trucking over the road. So that's when I kind of wanted to make it look like that, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. How long you been driving, and want to ask a little bit about Joe. Tell me about Joe.
Joe, my oldest son. Yeah, he's got a nice old '84 Pete 359.
Yep.
Badass looking truck. You can't miss him coming down the road with his end dump.
That's right.
Blacked out and everything.
Yep. Absolutely. I've taken pictures and videos of his truck too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can't miss that thing.
Can't miss him.
But
oh, that is so cool.
Well, I got my chauffeur's license, Class B, in 1970. In August. That's when I turned 18. My old man took me up there. We had just straight grain trucks and stuff, fertilizer trucks.
Sure.
My dad and grandpa.
So
he took me up there on my 18th birthday, you know, just to drive around. You know, they knew I'd been driving the thing since I was 14, 15 years old, you know.
Sure.
And then in 73, I got my semi-license.
Okay.
So, then I started running around a local state, just Iowa.
Yeah.
Hauling dirt and gravel and
Sure.
And then a guy wanted me to ride a 2-seat with him in old 69 Freightliner cab over to the East Coast with a gas-powered reefer. He wanted to see if he could make 2 rounds out of Rath Packing to the East Coast in 1 week with 2 drivers. So that was my first over the road. That was like in 75.
Yeah, okay.
And I went with him, and we did make the 2 rounds, but the guy never did pay me. But it was worth the experience.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
great story.
I could see, nothing against reefer guys, but I could see I really didn't like the reefer at that time, so I went to work flatbedding for Umthun Trucking.
Okay.
Driving one of their trucks.
Yeah.
In fact, the company he was leased to was Ellsworth, which was out of Eagle Grove, Iowa.
Sure.
I went and got in my pickup when he got me back out there on a Monday, and drove right over to Eagle Grove, or Umthun in Eagle Grove, and applied for a job to drive flatbed and got to work.
Wow.
10 cents a mile, I think, is what I was making when I quit and bought my first, or 12 cents a mile, what I was making before I bought my first truck there in 77.
Oh boy.
Boy, that's big money, huh?
Well, and the fuel prices did some strange things on you guys there too.
That cab over that whole year I bought it. First, it was only a year.
Yeah.
49 cents a gallon, you know.
Yeah.
And then in 78, it started to kind of creep up. It got up to 70 cents a gallon when I was talking about trading on this.
Yep.
And I had guys, this is no shit, say, man, I don't think I'd buy a new truck right now. They talking this diesel's supposed to get $1 a gallon.
Oh, wow. Oh.
And sure as shit, you know, it went from 70, 80 and up to $1 a gallon.
Yeah.
And all these old timers, if they remember the diesel pumps and the gas pumps only had like 2 digits and the tenths. Okay. So when they went to $1 a gallon, they had signs on the pump that said, "This is only half the price of the fuel." And
oh man,
yeah, because nobody had the, you know, they didn't have the digital ones.
Digit,
It was the old mechanical ones, and they only had 2 digits and you know, the tenths.
So and they had, the math.
They had people arguing with them. I'm only going to pay that. And, you know, just, I mean, I knew what they was doing. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it didn't take it very long, and then pretty soon them pumps were up there 3 or 4 digits. Now, if you look at some of these new pumps, they got 6 digits on them. Oh. So what do they expect in there? You know?
Yeah. Oh boy. So were some of your trucks, did you have 4 fuel tanks and things like that, so you had to stop less often or anything like that?
I never did do that.
Okay.
I remember seeing guys that used to run out, when I was with Wagoneers, we ran into Canada a lot.
Yeah.
There was guys with, you know, fuel oil barrels mounted on the back of their truck.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Because in Alberta, you bought it by the liter.
Sure. Yep.
And it figured out to be about 40, 50 cents a gallon cheaper than in the States.
Right. Okay. So it made sense to cross the border, get your fuel, and then bring it down here.
Well, when they was coming back, you know, into the States, they'd fill it up, and then they'd go clear to California and back up there, and then have enough fuel to make it back up in there.
Sure.
And with the difference in the dollar, you know, that's, I think in Montana at the time it was $1.40 a gallon, and you figured it by the liter. In Alberta, it was only like 82 cents a gallon, so that's quite a bit of saving.
Right. Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
I guess
I have to walk around it one more time. I can't get enough of this truck. I love the diamonds that you've done over the years, and just things to make it unique. And
when I built this, I had lights in it, and I got tired of replacing the damn lights, so I figured, well, I had the diamonds there, and I had the diamond. That bumper's been on here since '96.
Oh wow!
I had a guy run over me in St. Louis with my last big chrome bumper that I had, and if you would have had a square, it got bent like from here. They would have perfectly squared, and then he tore out this part of the fender.
Oh wow!
And I never did catch the guy. Some guy come in the restaurant down there, Granite City, and told me about it, but he said I didn't even see the name on it.
Oh boy! But, so there you sit, and you got to do something.
Well,
with it,
and I went and I just kind of left that the way it was, the bumper, and I pulled this all back together and put some bungee straps on it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I pretty well looked like a West Virginia steel hauler. You know? No offense to West Virginia guys.
Right. I understand.
And I went home and I bought this piece of steel from a steel yard. And it's an inch wider than a regular bumper. That way, if somebody does that again to me, I'm going to take their tires with me. You're going to hear it.
There you go.
You're going to blow your tires in that parking lot.
That's smart. See, years of experience have taught you that.
You know, I've hit probably a dozen or better, probably 2 dozen deer with it.
Sure.
And only a couple times. One time it got bent back a little bit. One time and it did crack the fender there.
Sure.
But.
And you know, it was your diamonds that inspired me to put diamonds on mine, because my bumpers I've killed 3 deer with mine, you know, and it's like
that makes it stand out.
Yeah,
and
it's something different.
What I tell people is the reason for that is, you know, they didn't have chrome shops every day, place you turn around back in the old 70s and stuff.
Right.
And if you had an old girl you liked, you wanted to put a little jewelry on her, you know, a few diamonds, a little bit of gold, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Show her you appreciated her, you know.
That's right. Yep. Absolutely. Do something different.
Do a little jewelry.
That's right.
A little bling.
Oh, that's cool. Well, Jerry, I don't want to take any more of your time, but I really appreciate you doing this with me and walking me around, showing me your rig. I just absolutely love this truck. And I've loved it for a long time, so thanks for the interview and showing me around.
So, yeah, you get nice. You and your boss are I always say you don't have to be old to be old school.
Well,
you don't.
We're trying.
my boys are proof of that.
Yeah, that's right. Joe is an awesome guy.
There's a lot of old young guys out here that are from the old school. You know.
Yeah. Well, we're trying.
Yeah. Truckers are all the same.
You can kind of see where I got the inspiration for my diamonds on my truck. This guy right here. Peace and grease, everybody.